Good morning devs, it is Liker Sam here and welcome back to the channel. In this episode of the FPS survival series on Unity, we're going to be taking a look at how we can chop down a tree and gather some items from it. In the previous episode we obviously made this axe that we are going to put to more use this episode. Previous episode we kind of like added on to actually killing the poor animal here, aka the tiger. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you do, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. It shows a lot of support on the video. And you guys have been crazy with the like goals on the videos lately, so I have no issues with actually letting you guys know that. Also, we just hit 4 million views in total, which is just insane. Every one of these milestones, I just realized like I never thought that we would actually reach this milestone. So thank you guys so much. And now with that being said, let's get right into this. So first and foremost, I still am sore in my mouth. So I still had that kind of sore thing in my, not in my lip, but you know, the palate itself. So I'm gonna try and speak as clearly as possible, but it hurts a lot. So I just hope I don't butcher all the words in this episode. So inside of our scripts folder, we can actually go ahead and create a new C# script and call this tree. There we go. Oh, I should have actually imported a tree model for this. Well, I can do that now. Okay, there we go. So I found this free realistic tree pack volume 1 by Polyfix. So if you guys want to download this, I'm gonna link it in the description. No sponsorship, okay? Don't worry. This is not a sponsorship. It's just a free model pack that I found. So go ahead and download if you want to use the same one, but you don't necessarily have to use the same one. So I have now imported it. And you can see it inside of our RTP folder, which is the main root folder for that. I can actually, yeah, well, let's use this one. The colors are a little bit wicked, but I don't think that it matters a lot. This is like a placeholder for now. We might, like when I'm making a map for the survival series, we're obviously going to make a much better looking map with, you know, regular trees or realistic trees and all that. So we're gonna focus a lot on the visuals. Visual aspect of the game soon as well. So for now we are going to rename the tree that had a wicked name as well to just tree, and we are also going to add a tree component which we recently created before importing the package. So now let's go ahead and do like this. We can I'm not really gonna remove the animator. It's something that follows up within the model, so I'm not really gonna bother. But I can actually create a box collider here. I don't know why I wrote both, but let's just say that we didn't see it happen. Yeah, this is way too big. We're going to like make sure that the box collider almost kind of fits in with the tree itself, right? The wood. So like that. There we go. It doesn't really have to be that precise. Once again, this is just for testing purposes. Maybe just a little bit smaller on this edge, and then boom, this final part of the tree box collider. There we go. That looks a lot better. We are also gonna check is trigger, because we obviously want to be able to walk inside of this zone that we created. Mesh collider, I don't know how. Yeah, we are going to disable the mesh collider in that case, because we obviously want to be able to walk inside of the tree. So yeah, we can add a new tag and call this tag tree, and we can now tag this as tree as well. There we go. And maybe, yeah, whatever, it doesn't really hurt to add a new tag. I was gonna say like we're probably going to create the function for triggering with the player inside of our tree script, but it doesn't really bother or really matter. If we just create the tag, it's not gonna hurt anybody. So we can actually have a public float health, which is going to be the health of the tree, and we can also have a public game object, maybe an array of game objects, and call this items to drop, or maybe just item. Yeah, that's a better name, I think. Alright, so now that we have the item variable set up as well, we're going to go to our player script. If you don't have it open, obviously go ahead and open it through Unity. Luckily enough, Visual Studio already saves it for me. Damn, my mouth hurts so bad. Alright, wow, this was actually a pretty long script for now. I did not realize that we actually had this much code, but we're gonna try something new. We are going to try having a public void on trigger stay collider other. The difference between onTrigger stay and onTrigger enter as opposition to each other is that onTrigger stay will always actively check whilst the player is in the zone of this tree that we are triggering right now. And by doing so, if we kill the tree, but we have the game object active for a little while in order to drop the items, we want to make sure that the player is still, or the tree is still registered as dead, since the collider is going to be destroyed, because we obviously don't want the player to be triggering the tree while the tree is dead, because there is nothing to trigger with. But we still want to spawn the items, so we want to make sure that we are using onTrigger stay so that it can actively check if we are in the collision zone of the tree, and when we destroy the collision, the box collider object that we, or the component itself when we add it to the tree, when we destroy that, it's going to check actively by using onTrigger stay. Okay, the player is not triggering anymore. So we can now say if other.tag equal to tree, then we can actually create a new variable here, triggering with AI. Maybe we can call this one public static bool triggering with tree. And we can also have a public static game object tree object. There we go. Triggering AI. I really dislike this name for the game object. These two kind of like look alike. I realized that previous time when I watched my own tutorial. But yeah, we are gonna keep it for now. If you guys want me to change it up, I can do that. But it shouldn't be way too difficult to kind of like tell apart, or yeah, kind of like see which one is the which. But yeah, we are now having a tree object, so we're going to set the tree. Actually, first and foremost, we obviously want to say that triggering with tree is set to be true when we are actually in the trigger zone. So we're going to say triggering with tree equal to true. And we're also going to say, what was the object? Tree object, right? Equal to other.game object. I think, no, that was not the name. Tree object. Oh, okay, so I spelled it like that. All right. All right, then. I'm sorry for being so stupid. Okay, there we go. So now it's going to obviously set the tree to be that object that we are colliding with. Now that we are done with this, we also want to go to our public void update here. There it is. Maybe we can make a bit of space between, between the update start and die function to ensure, or the attack function, sorry, to ensure that we can see and tell which is which. So now inside of our void update, we are going to set a new comment and say tree chopping. And we're going to say if triggering with tree and tree object, which basically means we can actually say like this to make it easier for beginners. We can say triggering with tree is true and tree object is an object that exists and it's not null. Then we're going to call something, which is the chopping itself. So we can now say if input.get mouse button down 0, then we are going to chop attack. Yeah, we can perhaps call the attack function. There we go. And we can extend our attack function. There is no argument giving the yeah, we forgot the parameter. We can say tree object. There we go. Let's see here. Now we can say if target.tag equal to tree and weapon equipped. Then we're gonna do something here, which is going to be, first and foremost, we are going to get the tree script. So we can say tree, which is the reference to the script that we created for our tree, and we can call this variable a tree. Let's just call it tree with like lowercase t at the beginning, and then we can set it to be the target.get component, and target in our case is the tree object because we are calling the target. The target is basically a game object that we create as a parameter inside of our public void update, and attack function is going to call upon the tree object or set the game object target to be the tree object. So by saying target, we mean the tree. Then we are going to get the target's tree script. So we're going to say target like a component tree dot just semicolon. How do you say that? I know somebody like bullied me in the comments because I was saying it wrong. I don't know how to say it. Alright, so every time we attack, obviously we are gonna get the tree.health minus by the damage. And maybe we can even do like this. We can say we could randomize the damage, but we're gonna come to that later. For now, let's just keep it very basic to make sure that the beginners also watching this video understand. We're just decreasing the tree's health by the damage that is a variable that we have set for this player every time we attack. So we can now go to our tree script and we can say void update if we can say if that equal to false. I'm very used to doing like exclamation point and just saying if dead and such, but I just want to make it easier for everybody here. So we can also set a new public static bool dead, or which is going to be called dead, and this is going to be used for detecting if the tree is already dead or not. And if it is dead, we are obviously going to spawn the items and such. So if dead equals to false, or maybe we can just say if dead equal to true. Oh no, wait, actually. Yeah, if we can actually do like this. If health lower than or equal to 0, dead equal to true. And then if dead equal to true, we are going to spawn items. Or maybe we can just say die. I know that this is a meme, a internal meme inside of our Discord server. A lot of people are joking about the die function because I kill everyone and everything that is inside of my game, which is true. I can't really complain about that. Like, I can't say that you guys are lying. God damn it, you got me good. So we can now say void die. And first and foremost, obviously before we destroy this object, we want to ensure that all the items are spawned or dropped to ensure that the player can pick them up. So which is probably going to be the wood items, but we are now going to say for int I equal to 0, I lower than item.length, and then I plus. We are saying item.length because this is an array, the game object that we created, which is called item. Then we can obviously, when we go to the Unity, and then we go to our inspectory here, you can see that if we unfold item, we can set the size to be like 2. And basically length is the size itself because it calculates the amount of elements that we have, and every element is basically an item that is going to drop. So 2 is basically just the amount of items that we contain on this tree inside of our script. So when we say item.length, it's just going to run this for loop 2 times, literally it. It's very easy actually. So first and foremost, let's ensure that we are not getting any errors in case we forget to add a game object. So we can say if item I equal to null, print game item for item, oh my god, item in the tree named plus this game object dot name has not been set. Yeah, pretty much it. So this is going to skip throwing in very serious looking error. Instead, it's just going to print like, hey, you forget to set an item in this one of the elements in this, like the item itself. So actually we can even say missing ID then plus I, which is going to also print out which element it is. So it's going to say like 0, 1, 2, 3 and all that. So it's going to be very easy for you to kind of detect which one it is. Now for the spawning part, we are going to say we can say game object spawned item equal to instantiate, then we can say, oh, where is the, oh yeah, it's just item I. Yeah, we can perhaps just spawn it like that, and let's see if it actually, you know what, we can actually say like this, transform.position quaternion dot identity. There we go. It's going to spawn at this tree's position to ensure that we don't, skip this part. And it's also going to set the rotation to be pretty much the same with the tree, or pretty much a default rotation. So after that is done, we can also destroy game object. There we go. Now we can go to Unity and actually test this out. So if we now set the element size to be 1, and then we go to prefabs, we can drag and drop an item into this, which also has an item script, which means that we're going to be able to pick it up. So, oh yeah, we didn't set the HP for the tree. We can set the health of the tree to be 100 before we play to ensure that it doesn't get destroyed upon playing, because it's obviously checking for the tree's health automatically. We now picked up the item, the axe, and we're going to enable, boom, we have a beautiful item here. Now if you get close to this tree, we should be triggering with it, and oh my god, the mouse. Where is the tree? There it is. So we attack. It doesn't seem to want to see if we made a mistake. I think it's something with the it doesn't seem to be decreasing the health. We could, I think the problem should be in our player script where we detect. Alright, I found the issue, which took a bit time, but I was just kind of forgetting about disabling and activating items. So what we do, theoretically speaking, is that when we pick up the item, we are disabling it and setting it to be not active, right? Because we have it like this, set active false if it is not equipped. So in order to skip doing this, if we want to fix this, we can go to our slot script, and instead of doing the enable disable action here, we can remove this line, perhaps not the bracket, there we go, maybe even this one, there we go. Then we can go to slot and say player.getComponent player dot weapon equipped equal to true. And we can also go to our item script one more time, and instead of unequip, before setting it to be false for active, we can, even before equipped equal to false, we can also say player.getComponent player, the same thing like we did there, weapon equipped equal to false this time. So, and the reason this works and the other one doesn't work is because when we disable the script, it's not globally updating it for the player. We can see it inside of the inspector, but we cannot check if the value has changed because it doesn't change globally. It's very, very, very difficult to kind of explain how it works, but that's kind of the systematic. So if we walk up to the tree, now we can destroy it and even pick up the item that we get. As you can see, it's here, and we can even use it. So that is pretty much how it works. As a final little touch here, I want to add a capsule collider to the tree. There we go. Oh, this is way too big. Radius? No, not radius. Oh wait, it is actually radius. Oh, it's in the y-axis or x-axis, I think you say, right? Maybe we can do like this: 0, 0, 0. Oh wait. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. So we can keep this at -1 or 0, and change the y-axis to be z. Yeah, there we go. And just make sure that it's, you know, kind of fitting up with the. I can't really see it now though. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, so height, increase that a little bit. Center X. There we go, I think that's better. And this is to ensure that we cannot walk into the tree, but we can still trigger with this, you know, collision zone for the player that is created for the player. If we destroy it now, obviously we can do that. There we go. That is pretty much it. How you know, chop items in, or chop, not items, chop trees and gain items. And obviously you can repeat this like 3 items, and then we can go here, play, boom, equip, and then attack, and obviously it's gonna spawn 4 items this time. And there we go. So that is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode of how to chop down trees. That was actually a very like, that's the kind of nitpicking that Unity has, which you have to kind of take care of, because obviously otherwise it doesn't work, like you guys saw. But it's not a problem. It's meant to be like that, I suppose. I hope so. But yeah, it's a very easy fix in corresponds to that as well, so it's not a problem. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My mouth hurts a lot, so I'm not gonna go ahead and wash the sore. I hope it doesn't burn. It is going to burn, but I'm still trying to motivate myself to ensure that I don't, you know, cry in my bed after time. So anyway, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below, and also make sure to subscribe so you stay up to date for new episodes. And we're also running a giveaway on our Discord server, so make sure to click the link in the description to join up. And yeah, I will either catch you in the comments or in the Discord server, guys. See you guys. Peace out.